So what happened on the boat ride, Ariel?
One of the activities we did this week was to take participants on a boat ride on the Sarapiki.
Sarapiki's a river not far from here, and it's a very wildlife-rich environment, and the boat doesn't make any noise, so people can see monkeys and caiman and crocodiles and iguanas and all different kinds of birds without scaring them off, because you're just drifting down the river or up the river.
So we went on 2 different boat rides because we had 2 courses. And first of all, the first thing is the type of wildlife we saw from group to group was very different because it was a different day on the river. So one day we'd see lots of birds, waterfowl. And another time we saw virtually no waterfowl, but saw lots of monkeys up close, where the monkeys on the previous course had been way far back in the trees. And what was really fun is when one person would see something like a huge waterfowl, a big bird. And
like a heron.
A heron or an iguana, and they'd be, there it is. And other people would be like, where? I don't see it. And then it was about describing what they saw so that other people could get it. And one by one, you'd watch people go, what? Oh, I see it. And it was so exciting. And I thought it was such a perfect metaphor for transformation, because transformation is basically this reality that's magnificent right in plain sight, but you cannot see it a moment before you do.
And you can't see it from where you're looking from the system that you've lived your life through, until you do, and then it's there, but it's always been there.
Yeah, we were on the boat, and the boat stops in front of a huge tree, and other people say, hey, look, over there are some bats, a lot of them. And I looked, the tree up and down, and I was not able to discover any bat. So then somebody came to me and said, hey, look, Dan, go from this point, and he pointed me directly, step by step, to this point where the bats were hanging. Just because one of the bats were starting to move, I saw, oh, this is an animal. Because I saw the sign all the time, but I wasn't able to discover that it's a bat. And this was very nice, because this was an experience that I had this image of a bat, and I was only looking for something matching this image. But we are here in the jungle to discover new things, and I want to discover new things in my life. And if I stick to the things I already know, I'm not able to discover any new things. So this was great.
Possibility's always been there for your life to transform. What it takes is being there and inquiring, being interested. That's all it takes. It's not about working on anything. It's not about fixing anything. It's about having a magical life with no effort.
The other thing that was very sweet about this particular trip that we did is when a person finally saw the iguana, or they finally located the bird in the foliage, they never kicked on themselves for not having seen it before. And that's totally an unnecessary part of life that so many people have learned, where if you see something that you've been missing, you then are supposed to beat on yourselves for a while for not having seen it sooner.
Your eye first, Bill. Locate it with your eye first.
There is on the
Then
bridge,
look through the binoculars.
on the ferry.
This is very FedEx.
That's right. You're looking in the wrong place.
No wonder.
And there wasn't any of that because we were off to see the next thing, or you get so interested in looking at this bird posing for you, or the iguana hanging from the tree with its limbs dangling down, or its big wattle hanging out while it's trying to attract the
What's
females.
a wattle?
He can show on the thing
Oh,
a wattle.
yeah.
So that was really fun.
The other thing about it that was cool
Yeah.
was the group working together as a unit. You're welcome up. Each of the groups on the 2 different boats that we used supported each other in seeing the wildlife. So if somebody saw it, other people would support the person who couldn't see it in discovering it.
And then there was the patience factor, because you couldn't all rush to one side of the boat because it would flip over. So you had to trust that they would turn the boat around so that you could see it, whatever the it was. So it was kind of this dance in perfection, as everything here has been, and I've really enjoyed it, really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, see, the moment is perfect, and we think it ought to be different than it is, we being most of us human beings. And when you discover the moment's perfect, life becomes simple, easy, blissful, fun, joyous, amazing, magical.
For more information about the Canes, their books and seminars, and the Premium Excellence Club, go to transformationmadeeasy.com.